Microsoft Word, we're going to be covering tables, inserting tables, deleting tables, aligning tables. So to insert a table, it's already open. I want to go to the Insert tab, my Tables group. I'm going to select Tables. From here, I can drag how many rows and columns I want. So for an example, the first number I have 3 columns. The second number I have 4 rows. I can also insert a table by clicking Insert Table. If there's not enough rows or columns, I can use the incremental arrows to change how many columns. Let's go with 3 and 2 rows. When I hit OK, my table forms. If I want to delete a table, just click inside a cell in the table. If I go to my Layout tab, just like pictures, shapes, I get a own tab for tables. I go to my Rows and Columns group and I hit delete. Here I can delete the entire table. I can delete columns, I could delete rows, I could delete, say, individual cells, for example. Inserting text in a table, just like if you were to insert text into a Word document. So I would just go ahead and say, let's just type Group A, Group B, and let's go Group C, and just because I'm a business teacher, management, marketing, and accounting. Alright, inserting text just like you would in a Word document. Now, if I want to select, say, a cell, a row, a column, can be difficult dragging, especially, I can see here I was just trying to highlight this one row and I'm getting both rows. Especially when I have a larger table. To select, if I go to my Layout tab again, I just click in the cell that I want to select, and if I go to my table group and I select select, I can select that cell. Say if I want to select this entire row, just go to select and select row, it's done for me. Say I want to select the entire table, I can just do that. Or if I say I want to select column 3 with group C, I can just select column and it's there. So I can select cells, columns, rows, and the actual table. If I want to insert a row, a column, once again my Layout tab in my Rows and Columns group. If I go, say I want to insert a column to this side, I can just go to Rows and Columns and insert right, and there's my column. If I want to insert a row above the first row here, I can just go to Insert Above, and I have it. So in my Rows and Columns group, I can delete, as I showed before, but I can insert rows above and below and columns left and right. Format a table. If I want to give it a different style, I'd go to my Design tab, and here I have all my table styles. And as you can see, they change. If I click the More button here, I have more to choose from. Alright, so I may just go, let's just go with a simple one here. You know what, I'll take it off just for this video, but here are our styles. If I want to center text, I can center the text in my cells horizontally and vertically at the same time. Back in my Layout tab, in my Alignment group, here I can insert I shouldn't say insert, I can align my text center horizontally and vertically here. I can, if I made, say, imagine my row here, or I should say my cell here, it's bigger, or you can see that it's centered horizontally and vertically. If I want to put it to the bottom right, I can do so. Top left, I can do so here, but we'll just keep it top centered. As you can see, Group B and Group C are. So let me just undo all that. So that's where I would align text horizontally and vertically. If I want to change the column width and row, or I should say column width and the row height, I kind of showed you. I have a column here. If I drag my insertion point, I'm right here. If I drag it and I get 2 lines with arrows pointing, if I select, you'll see this dotted line. I can then drag, make it larger, make it smaller. I can do the same thing with rows. So if I bring my insertion point up, here are my double lines. I can bring it down. I can also bring it up. Or in my cell size group, in my Layout tab, I can change the row height and the cell and the column width all here as well. You can change it just by using the incremental arrows. So ways to change the column width and height. If I wanted to say make every single cell the same instead of going one by one, to change the width and height, you have to make sure your insertion point is in the cell that you want to change. But if I just want to, say, select the entire table and change all the cells, I will just go to my layout tab, select in the table group, select table, and then here I can change all at once if I want to make them bigger. Alright, and change the column if I prefer there as well. I'm just going to undo all of that. Just get back to how we were in the beginning. And there we go. We'll leave it at here. I can merge rows. So if I have my insertion point in a cell, say I want to merge this top row, I want to use this for my title, I can go to select the row, and then in my merge group, I would go merge cells, and now it became one big cell. So here I can type, let's just go title. All right, I can put my title here. If I want to go back to my alignment, I can center horizontally and vertically here. Maybe I want to keep it at the top. However, you may want to do that, but you have to click and drag first, and then go in your merge tab, merge group, and your layout tab, and merge cells. If I would like to, I can do what's called AutoFit, and what that means is I can AutoFit my entire table to its contents or to the window. In my layout tab, in my cell size, if I go to auto fit here, I can auto fit my table to the contents so it's nice and tight. I also have other options for auto fitting as well. If I want to center my table now horizontally and vertically within the page, okay, if I want to center it horizontally on the page, the table, I would have to select the table. And in my layout tab, in my cell size group, I can bring out the group, open up the dialog box, and where it says table and alignment, I can make it center or I can make it right. I'm going to keep it center. And if I want to change the vertical alignment of the table on the page, I would just go to the page layout tab, and in my page setup group, I'd select so the dialog box shows, and then where it says layout and vertical alignment, if I want it centered and I hit OK, my entire table now is centered horizontally and vertically, perfect within the page. And for this last example, so I'm going to delete this table. So actually I'll just go to delete table. Let's insert a quick table, and just to show, I'm just going to put different numbers. I can move within cells quickly by pressing tab 4. I can also sort in my table, so I can sort ascending or descending order. I can do it with words, and I can do it with numbers. So what you would do is in my layout tab, I would go in my data group and I would select sort, and here I'm going to sort column 1 by type number, and say I want to go from descending order, so from the highest to the lowest number, and I'll click OK. You can see that it sorts my numbers all for me, which is really nice. You can also use the formula feature, which is back in our data group. So say I want to add all these numbers up. I could go to my data group and I select formula. Word knows what I would like to do. I can change this formula if I would like, but if I want to complete the sum of the numbers above, which is giving me, if I select OK, because I have my insertion point in this cell here, if I select OK, it adds up all the numbers for me. So nice little formula feature, very similar to Excel if you've ever worked with Microsoft Excel before. But that is tables. We'll do work in class, and I'll see you all then.